joint. This is going to be a ripping lap. Brodie, you are the man. Unbelievable. They are locked in combat. It's almost turned into one 10-metre car. A fantastic drive this afternoon. Brodie Kostecki takes the checkered flag. The pendulum swings the other way now for Kostecki in the championship chase. Brodie Kostecki stitches together a magnificent drive and a great weekend of maximum points. The biggest moment of his career. Brodie Kostecki has done the job. 5,360 kilometres later, Brodie Kostecki is officially the Repco Supercars Champion.
Brodie Kostecki, you told me on the grid that you had an average race car in the wet. That didn't look average.
No, it was a really good race, but yeah, the guys did an awesome job. We got it turned around, so stoked to be here. And I didn't think I'd be here this early, so hopefully we can carry this momentum throughout the year. And credit to Shane. I'm really excited, but I still got beat with gone with one arm. So yeah, we'll have to go to the pub tonight and go have a few beers, I reckon. And definitely top effort by everyone at Erebus, Boost Mobile Racing.
You told me at Bathurst when you made your first shootout that you didn't know what to do with your hands. What are you doing with your hands now?
I don't know. I need a beer now.
I think you deserve it, mate. Congratulations on your first podium in
Cheers,
Supercars.
thank you. Thanks everyone for coming out.
And both the cars in the Erebus garage with Boost colours on them for the whole season. Brodie's been chasing this car a little bit this weekend. He was a three-stopper in last night's race. He's thrown it very deep into turn one. Gets away with it. Nice. No space available on the outside. Beautifully judged. He did a 35.8360 to get into the shootout. He's had some success here. He crept into the top 10 in the championship last year. He and his young teammate Will Brown did a fine job. So came home in 5th in last night's race.
Wow, excellent job in the first sector. Almost 3/10 better than anybody. Very nice.
That was maximum attack in turn one. I don't reckon there was a skerrick left in it, not 1 millimetre.
Oh, and nice job there too. There's been a lot of big slides. In fact, that was probably the thing that cost Brock Feeney the mid-sector time. He gets it stopped nicely again. He straightens the exit up. Have a look at the exits. He's almost got no steering on when he drives it off the corner.
He said on Friday that the wet setup of the car was really strong. It was when the conditions were on the fringe where he felt they had more work to do, and he skated out wide. He had his foot on the brake pedal, sat it all the way around the high line at turn 8, but he may well have got away with it. So he's done a 43.8 in the mid-sector. It's only a 1/10.5 slower than the best that we've seen in that sector, which was achieved by Cam Waters. So fast man in sector 1, there or thereabouts in sector 2, tells us that he is going to threaten the time of Cam Waters. It'll be very close.
He's right on
watching. George Commons, the engineer, is watching. Now it's about just making perfect shifts and getting it to the control line cleanly. And he does the job. He's done a 39.5. That last sector was very strong.
Good job, buddy. 31.
Just tell us about how do you get yourself organised for doing that lap, because they're changing conditions all the way through the shootout. You don't really know what you've got underneath you. How do you prep for that?
Luckily, I did some speedway prior to the start of the season at Toowoomba, so I think that's helped a bit. And yeah, like you said, you don't really know, going to turn 1 what the track's going to be like, so you just have to send it.
These guys are off to a ripping start. Let's see what it all looks, sounds, and feels like for Brodie in the run into turn 1. Picked up that throttle nice and early over the top of the curb. Let's have another listen up here in the braking area at 2. Nice, he was right on the braking limit. You could sense that the front left of that car wanted to lock up. Awesome speed shot as he plunges down the hill, building speed to the old 100 miles an hour. It's 160 Ks at its peak down there, and he track sacrificed to be able to sneak in and shortcut effectively the left-hander down there at turn 7.
He's used every little bit of road through that piece there. His first sector wasn't quite good enough, but I think the middle sector looks very strong. We'll give you that number in a second. It's right there. There's nothing in this. I've never seen a top 10 that's this close. At the moment, there's 0.2 of a second separates 9 cars.
Yeah. It's encouraging out of the second last corner. And how's the way they just all feed so far to the right-hand side on exit to protect those tyres? Is this going to sit and squat and launch strong enough to be able to get him at the top of the end of the game? And the answer is yes. Brodie Kostecki, 1 minute 11.8. The only driver in the 11s, and Barry's prediction has come true.
What a great result. Beautifully driven.
Questions are, how hard will they push? Are there any weak points? What about reliability? Are they robust? And all the other questions. We start from a clean sheet. An all-new adventure begins with the new generation of supercars. And a great start by both the boys off the front row. Kostecki leads through turn 1 but runs very wide. Do they get through cleanly?
They do. A remarkable start. Very, very equal between Cam Waters and Kostecki. Van Gisbergen got a ripper start, moved right across to the inside, and is now in behind Feeney. Do they get through turn 2 okay? Yes, at the moment they have. Nice job.
Cold tyres, but cleanly through turn 1, and seemingly they've done a pretty good job of managing turn 2. That was a critical start for everybody to get out the other side clean. Now they thread all the way down Shortland Esplanade on those cold tyres, trying to figure out what you can get away with. And for the first moment in this race, open up, have a look around, check the mirror, who's behind me, where am I at, what's my margin, what have I got to do?
Just about to say there's going to be a dive down here. And they were all able to cover. I thought Van Gisbergen would fire down the inside of Feeney. He wasn't quite close enough.
So what's happened with those that were held up by the safety car and slowing them down to such an extent has allowed those that just stopped to come in, take their service and get out. That's going to deliver, it seems, a safety car victory to Brodie Kostecki. What an extraordinary after. Now, he's never won a supercar race. He's had a couple of second positions. He had a stunning pole at Sydney Motorsport Park last year. It does confirm the form that we've seen from these guys, but what a bizarre storyline this afternoon for supercar racing. This afternoon, the checkered flag is going to fly for the very first time in his career to Brodie Kostecki, and it'll be a bizarre feeling for him, but you take them any which way you can get them.
Shane's looking to get down the inside at turn 6. Now, Brodie covers, but what he's got to do now, don't run in too hard, hold the car to the inside and come out of the throttle. Don't let him down the inside. Hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. That's it, well done. Yep. Nice job.
But he's still going to have a crack down the inside here, Van Gisbergen, but Brodie's a wake up. He makes him go the long way, drives it down the right-hand side of the road. So he forces him wide on the approach into the final corner. Now Van Gisbergen looks to try and crisscross on the rear bumper of that car. You'll have another crack down here at turn 1. Brodie again tries to cover down here. This is going to be the lively battle that we talked about. A little bit of rear brake locking that time for Van Gisbergen as things start to heat up on the run to turn 1, and evidence of the Red Bull car sliding. Great battle now with 3 laps remaining. 6 odd kilometres. It's worth the fight if you're Brodie Kostecki. He slides a little wide into the left-hander at 4, and he gets a little love tap from Shane. He'll get another one here, so he comes out of the throttle. There's starting to be a bit of radio chat now. Once again, Van Gisbergen down the inside. He forces the issue. Kostecki is not going to yield in a hurry. He drives down the inside. They are locked in combat, and he's doing what Mark Mark Scaife suggested he's driving up the inside, and he continues to drive down the inside. He's permitted to do that. Van Gisbergen to the outside. What a great battle.
And that is exactly what he needs to do. But what he's got to do is prop it here too. Prop it, prop it, prop it. Now, has he got enough for a run this time? It's very close.
And he's allowed to chop across the road like that, provided there's no overlap. And again now, we've got great racing on the run into one. It's almost turned into one 10-metre car. They are locked together, nose to tail. What a battle. We've got 2 laps remaining. If Kostecki can hang on to this, it'll be something of a mighty resistance and miracle, because he's under extreme
Race control to
pressure.
all teams. Bad sportsmanship flag to car 99 for blocking.
Bad sportsmanship flag for Kostecki. And now the issue being forced down the inside. It's on. Push and shove and down the inside. And here comes Davey. Reynolds is going to be a beneficiary. He dives to the inside.
Yeah, they're back up. Get your rhythm back.
And does he get him? He's awkwardly positioned at the moment, but he might crisscross. There's a bit of smoke coming from car number 97 as well. And have a look at Courtney. Hazelwood's moved up now into 4th while all that was going on. And now it's David Reynolds' turn to assault down here in turn 1 in the Penrite entry.
What a great battle.
We've got 25 flame-throwing new generation supercars to light up our Sydney sky, and we are go and into it. And what an amazing start for the Coke boys, for both of them, for Brodie and for Will. They have dropped the clutch and they are blazing. Will comes up into P2, Brodie's got the lead, and our pole sitter has gone back to 4th, and that might turn into 5th.
How good were those 2 Coke cars off the line? The outside of the road there has absolutely played a dividend. And for those 2 young chargers from Erebus, could not have walked them off the line any better. Kostecki from Brown from Waters.
Big margin. Down the inside comes forward. He tries to squeeze a pass there on the inside of Mark Winterbottom. That didn't quite work out. They're moving left, right and centre. They're 2 and 3 wide in places. And as always, it's going to be crazy stuff in the mid-pack. Remember, the tyres are cold. They've got no grip at this phase of the race, and they're slopping around on the tyre bag at the moment as they negotiate turn number 6. There is a passing opportunity down the inside here at 8 into the hairpin. Kostecki from Brown, from Waters, from Hill. Cam Hill has made a blinder. Heingartner, LeBrock, Golding, Davison, Mostert, Randall. That's our 10.
Trap is Kostecki and Brown don't race each other. Do not race each other. Play back to the guy in 3rd spot. Do not race each other, because if you do, you wear your own tyres off and hurt your own result. So these young blokes who race hard all the time have got to be tempered. You've got to temper the enthusiasm.
We soak up
This moves on again this time. This moves on down here for Kostecki, so Thomas will have to have a look in the mirror. Brodie will do this big dive bomb move again, and he covers him. Nicely done. Nicely done. He gives him a bump. 2 bumps, actually. But nicely covered, Thomas Randall.
tiny little bit of Morse code on the rear bumper, and I'm sure he's already well aware of his presence. Was going to suggest, referring to that margin mark, it's still 41 seconds race leader to Brock Feeney. So on correction, Brock is well in this battle. But it's hard to take your eyes away from this at the moment, and the fact that the first two are getting together is drawing Mostert back into the play.
Yeah, so you have to be careful, because if Brodie puts an aggressive move on that doesn't come off, Mostert will take it from him. So it's one of those ones when you're in the sandwich like that with the two Mustangs first and third, that you've got to be careful when you do make the move that it absolutely sticks.
Meantime, Waters is getting closer. He's 1.7 from the lead. He's had a couple of wins and a couple of pole positions at this location. There he is in the background.
Oh, here we go.
Has he got him? Has he got him? Yes. Nice job. Brodie Kostecki was able to get it down the inside. Watch out for Mostert. He's aggressive here in position 3 as well. Third in 2021 at this race with David Russell. Qualified best in 2022 last year for position number 9. So far this year, it's been 6 poles and 6 wins, 16 podium visits, and he's on his 5th Bathurst 1000 start this weekend, and that was a nice job. Oh, at the apex, but not quite on the exit. It's wagged its tail, and is that going to change the outcome of this lap?
We'll have to see it from the outside, because I don't know how much that oversteer moment and how much of the dirt it got him, but it was definitely a mistake on the exit. It made the apex beautifully, but the apex was not the story. It was the exit that was the problem.
He carried pace by a couple of tenths into this qualifying. So he might have a little in hand if this car is matched to the conditions today, but things change so rapidly in supercar competition. Nothing is a fait accompli on board. Hard on the throttle out the other side of the part of the track we affectionately describe as under the tree. Through the metal grate section up at McPhillamy and Silverwood Park on the approach here to McPhillamy now. Into that throttle hard over the top of the hill, and everybody enjoys watching this guy give you 110% over the top of the mountain. Kostecki's got this thing dancing. He did a 51 flat to be 1/100th slower than Feeney in the first sector. He's in with a shout here. We'll get a read now on the second part of the lap.
Oh, honestly, Neil, that run over Skyline and down the hill there was as good as I've seen. How's the number?
32.7, the best that we've seen over the top of the hill. Now, if he can do it, Kostecki's showing the possibility of a pole here. He's already got 6 of them so far this year. He's only 25 years of age, but the number defies the maturity. This guy has been an absolute incredible athlete so far this year. He makes his mark down the bottom. He carries a lot of speed. This is looking very good. The QM is showing us that Brodie could well get there. Puts his foot on the brake now for the final time in the Armor All Top 10 shootout for Coca-Cola Racing. And Brodie Kostecki makes the line, and he does a blinder. It's a 2-minute 4.2, and he's put nearly half a second on the field to uncork something special at Bathurst.
He is in a league of his own. That is a very, very special lap. Almost half a second on the field.
Back to the lead though, and it's another little touch-up, and he had to back away from him. He gave him such a whack then that there was a lot of opposite lock required to recover. Reynolds is under extreme pressure here. Next time through, it's 14 to go. Brodie's rattling on him, trying to unsettle him out of position. He must be very careful of a bump and run. If he pushes him and gains from it, he'll get a penalty.
And he's got to be so careful. He's got to be so careful, and he's done it. He's done it.
He's held him up high as they make their way out of turn 4. David pushes him back across to the left side of the road. Now they've got to sort out this arrangement here. Who's got right of way? And Brodie gets it done. Brodie gets it done.
So bang, gives him a serve up. He stays right out of the throttle, didn't continue to bump him. So all that's fair game at that point. Then the run off the first chicane, off turn 3, down the inside of turn 4. They run a little bit wide together. They hold themselves up. There's a little bit of side drafting between them. And then it goes to the next corner where, as you can see now, we're on board, looking over the top of the Mustang, and the little bit of a kink there and a little bit of a run as they approach to the fast chicane, and the rule that they've got is they're driving the left-hand side has right of way, and that's in the driver notes. So Kostecki was able to prevail, but that was very aggressive. Oh, he's wide. He's wide. He just ran wide. Kostecki just outbraked himself, and Reynolds gets back down the inside.
Wow.
That's a very, very strong manoeuvre by David Reynolds. Come from a little mistake by Kostecki, and that's not over. This is not over at all. Alistair McVeigh just said to Reynolds before that move was on, give him a taste of his own medicine is what it was.
Come on, Davey. Come on. Head down. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go again.
This is the mistake. Trying to get it stopped. He just overrun the corner slightly. David was able to capitalise. There was a little bump in the run down to the next corner, and in the end, David was able to prevail on the inside.
These blokes are hurting their tyres.
For sure.
They're hurting their tyres, and we're a long way out still. So keep an eye on Waters and Golding here. These replays are also showing us that there's a lot of time burning in this process as well.
In front of everybody to celebrate massive success this year. She's close to wiping that on the fence then.
I tell you what he nearly did. Yeah. He very nearly got the trophy.
Yeah, he almost knocked it over when he first parked it. And Brodie Kostecki in front of all the fans, this amazing atmosphere, this arena.
Job done.
You might just drive up to the back of him, just flash your lights a little bit and see how he goes.
He was your teammate before.
Yeah, we'll see if we can distract him a little bit. Here we go, a little bit of a flash.
A little bit of gamesmanship, I like it. Well done. Good luck this afternoon.
Thank you.
That's good. All right, well, he is referring to Will Brown. Who was our championship leaders trying to...